So you might have seen this Netflix documentary recently came out about David Beckham. In the video, he does touch a little bit about his style, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to explore this man's grooming habits, his attitudes towards traditional menswear, and his experimentation over the years. He's definitely considered by most men and women in the mainstream to be one of the most stylish men out there. So I think there's a lot we can learn from David Beckham, and I've identified a few things that I think are real key pillars to his sense of style. The first one is organization. In the documentary, he shows off his wardrobe and his closet at home, and it is perfectly color coordinated and organized. From shirts, he has a separate closet for his suits, even his underwear and his t-shirts. He's layered them so that you can see every single one at first glance. David Beckham has actually said in the past that he actually has OCD, and he does all this wardrobe organization himself and other types of organization around the house. What I thought was really interesting is when he went into the next room and he shows off this hanging rail where he's actually set out all of the outfits for the following week that he's going to wear. So he's already sat down and planned exactly what he will wear for the next 7 days. I was thinking about why he might do this, and well, Beckham can basically have unlimited clothes. Every brand would send him anything. He has enough money to buy anything he wants. When you have so much, it can be very overwhelming about how to put it together and get ready quickly. When you have fewer things, you can just know that when you wake up in the morning that this jacket is going to go with all of these shirts, and you can put together an outfit in a snap. But Beckham has a lot more choices, and to me, this organization, it really shows that he's very committed to looking good on a regular basis, and he's really built style into one of his weekly habits and rituals that he thinks about and puts a lot of time and effort into. So I really respect that. I don't think it's necessary for everybody to do, and in fact it would be impractical for many people. But if you're a guy who has a ton of clothes and you know what your week is going to look like, then I think setting them out in advance could be really helpful. Another thing that David Beckham has done over the decades is experiment greatly with his style choices, with his hairstyles too, and he's never been afraid to hop on trends and see if things work for him. Now, this has definitely resulted in some style disasters over the years. And I remember growing up in Britain in the early noughties, and this guy would often be absolutely ridiculed and roasted by the press for what he wore. I mean, I think one of the most infamous ones was when he wore a sarong with his wife Victoria. Well, he's come a long way since then for sure, and I'm sure he looks back and goes, what on earth was I thinking? But it doesn't really matter, because today he has this reputation for being an absolute style icon. So I think what we can learn from that is that it's okay to make mistakes, especially when you're trying to be a stylish person and you care about clothes. It's only natural that you make errors from time to time. Luckily for us, we don't have the paparazzi waiting for us to make a mistake so they can take a photo. At worst, we post a photo on Instagram that we can delete later. But I think when you are somebody who is interested in style and you're trying to push the boundaries, I think it's only normal that you're going to make mistakes. And if you're too afraid to make mistakes, then you'll be too conservative all the time and you'll never do anything individual at all. So I really respect Beckham's courage to experiment with his style, and I also respect his humility to be able to look back and laugh at some of the things that he wore. Another thing that David Beckham definitely does really well is he embraces his own individual identity, and this first manifested itself with his grooming habits. He definitely introduced a lot of men to grooming, and every single element of his look, from his facial hair to his hairstyle down to the creams that he was wearing on his face and his accessories, was very carefully considered in a way that was very uncommon for men to do at that time. In Britain, he was known as the biggest metrosexual in the country. This is definitely a term that developed for men who like to take care of their skin and their grooming, and this was a time when that wasn't really something that most men did. Another element of his individuality is his tattoos. He actually has 67 tattoos all over his body. I think these have really aged very well, actually. And when you look at, for example, him wearing a Ralph Lauren suit at Wimbledon, the tattoos provide a really nice contrast to this classic tailoring. I think, he has the respectability and the elegance of the suit and how well he has coordinated all the different elements. But then you also have this masculinity and this rebelliousness of the tattoos. And I think the blend of the two really sums up his individual style today. So guys, let me know in the comments if you have any tattoos and if you enjoy wearing them with more formal, traditional menswear pieces. Beckham's style has definitely geared towards more classic and traditional elements as he's got older. And he recently said in an interview that if he were to have one style icon, it would be Steve McQueen. And a final key pillar of David Beckham's style and appearance is his dedication to maintaining his body and his physique. Now sure, this guy was a professional football player, but he has been retired for 10 years and he doesn't need to keep up this appearance for his job anymore. Having this slim, slightly muscular physique really helps him look good in both suits and casual outfits. And I think in classic menswear circles, guys don't talk about this too much, but having the right physique underneath the clothes can be the difference between looking fantastic in a suit and not. I've never done a video like this before, and I would say that Beckham isn't personally one of my style icons, but I would love to hear from you guys in the comments if you enjoy this type of video, and maybe I can do another video about one of my own style heroes. You know, for me that would be somebody like Alain Delon, or for the more casual looks, somebody like James Dean. On the formal spectrum, Gianni Agnelli I love too. So let me know guys if you would like to see that kind of video. Guys, I was just filming another video and actually I wanted to jump on and say a very quick thank you message. I only started this channel a few weeks ago and the last 7 to 10 days have been absolutely wonderful in terms of the growth in views and subscriptions, and most importantly for me, for comments and hearing from you guys. It's so encouraging for me to know that you're enjoying the videos and that you're getting something valuable and entertaining from them. So I really look forward to continuing to grow this channel with you guys. I appreciate all of the comments, especially when you give me suggestions for things that you would like to see next. I find that really encouraging. I'm definitely going to be making videos for some of the things that you guys have asked for. I continue uploading on a really regular basis and interacting with you guys. So thank you so much for the support so far. I feel like we're at the beginning of a very exciting style journey and I look forward to continuing this growth with you guys.